before anything else, I will introduce myself first. So by the way, I am Niña A. Ferolino, a BIT 3A Comtech Day. So without further ado, I will tell you guys what this video all about. So for this video, I will share my reaction and also the knowledge that I've gained about the lessons in our subject, which is microprocessor systems. So we have two lessons. First lesson is all about the microcontroller versus microprocessor. And for this lesson 2, it is all about the evolution of microprocessor. So let me begin first to my reaction in the lesson 1, which is all about microcontroller versus microprocessor. I think the term microcontroller and microprocessor can be confusing for those who are new to this, because they are almost look very identical, but they are different in many aspects. So now I will going to differentiate between the two, the microcontroller and the microprocessor. Microcontroller is a single chip computer. So as you can see the picture above, it is where the memory units such as the RAM and the ROM and the input-output ports, the serial communication ports, and the timer are all on a single chip. Microcontroller is an embedded system, which is very useful for us, especially in home security and alarm systems, to keep us and our family safe. Because this system is comprised with sensors to detect if something is going wrong. So I think this is very good or very essential to use. Well, the microprocessor, as you can see the picture above, it is where the CPU is standalone and the RAM, ROM, input-output ports, serial communication ports, and timer is separated. Microprocessor, it is the brain of all computing systems such as PC, smartphones, and etc. So, this is capable of many functions such as calculation and also communication via internet or telephone. Also, the unit is responsible for all necessary calculations, which allows systems to work and produce the expected output. So I think microprocessor cannot work alone because it needs to receive data from other units. That is why we need other parts such as registers, memory units, and also the input and output ports. So that would be all for the lesson 1. So let me continue to the next lesson, which is all about the evolution of microprocessor. So in this lesson, the content is basically all about the historical background of Intel microprocessors. So historical from the word history. So this is the things from the past. So in this lesson, we come to know the list of Intel microprocessors for what are their uses and when it introduced. So first is Intel 4004 was introduced in 1971. This is the first programmable device used in calculators, and also this is one of the smallest microprocessors designed. So next is Intel 8008 was introduced in 1972 and also used in calculators. This is one of the very first 8-bit microprocessor released in 1972, and this is the 8-bit version of 4004 Intel. So next is Intel 8080, was introduced in 1973, and it was the second 8-bit microprocessor. Next is Intel 8085, was introduced in 1975, and the 8-bit microprocessor version of 8080. This is used in washing machines, microwave ovens, mobile phones, and etc. So next is Intel 8086 and 8088 was introduced in 1978 to 1979, and it is the 16-bit microprocessor. So next is Intel 80186, also known as i86, was introduced in 1982, and it was based on Intel 8086. Next is Intel 80286, also known as i286. Next is Intel 80386 or i386, was introduced in 1986, and this is 32-bit microprocessor. Next is Intel 80486 or i486, is a 32-bit higher performance microprocessor introduced in 1989. Next is Pentium, first offered in 1993. This is widely used in manufacturing a PC. Next is Pentium Pro. This is the first chip in the 6th generation microprocessor introduced in 1995. This is capable of dual and quad processor configuration. Next is Pentium 2, was introduced in 1997, refers to the 6th generation microprocessor. So this is the improved version of the first 6th generation, which is the Pentium Pro. Next is Pentium 3, was introduced in 1999. It is very similar to the Pentium 2. Next is Pentium 4. It is the 7th generation, was introduced in 2002. This is specialized for streaming videos, games, and applications. Now let us go back to the microprocessor. Microprocessor is divided into 3 segments. First is the ALU, or the arithmetic and logic unit. Second is register unit, and third is control unit. So first is ALU, or arithmetic and logic unit. This is the digital circuit used to perform the arithmetic and logic operations. So second is the register unit. So this is a temporary storage area built into a CPU. Lastly is control unit. So it means controls the flow of data within the system. So that's all for this video. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye!